Let's turn to the Attorney General, Bill Barr, who in comments at an event at Hillsdale College in Michigan yesterday expressed his opposition to stay-at-home orders in the early months of the COVID-19 pandemic with a connection to slavery.
Tell the business people what the rules are, and then let them try to adapt their business to that, and you'll have ingenuity, and people will at least have the freedom to try to earn a living. But you know, putting a national lockdown, stay-at-home orders is like house arrest. It's you know, other than slavery, which was a different kind of restraint, this is the greatest intrusion on civil liberties in American history.
Aaron Haynes, I don't even know what my question is to you. The Attorney General, comparing closing businesses to prevent the spread of a virus that has consumed the country and shut down the country in many ways, in health, but also in economically, saying it's the worst restraint since slavery. Your thoughts?
I mean, Willie, I don't really know what the answer is. You know, I mean, first of all, other than the fact that there is no equivalent to slavery for anything in this country, and you know why, you know, the Attorney General chose to make that comparison. You know, I can't say, certainly not in his mind, but you know, slavery being a pretty egregious thing. For most Americans, perhaps that was the impetus for that comparison, to try to illustrate how onerous, you know, he sees the restrictions of the pandemic to have been. But you know, what about you know, the freedom to you know, protect oneself and to stay alive amidst a public you know, global public health crisis? You know, that, I guess, is not a liberty, you know, that he would think would be equally important. But listen, you know, to Mika's point about kind of the, you know, Dr. Redfield's cautions about masking, saying how important, you know, of a protection that could be, you know, this, hearing from officials like this and knowing, to Peter's point about the fact that most of the American people are not feeling great about the president's handling of this pandemic. You know, these are the kinds of people that are filling the void in terms of public safety, and also a plan. I'm old enough to remember this summer when the president talked about how a national plan was coming around the pandemic. That hasn't happened. And so in absence of that, everybody from businesses to parents who need to figure out, you know, the next few weeks, months, possibly year of their life under this new normal, you know, are largely starting to you know, rely increasingly on the guidance of these public health officials who are continuing to encourage, again, masking, social distancing precautions in absence of a vaccine, you know, that is not coming, according to medical experts, anytime soon.
And Mika, as we've been saying this morning, the framing of Attorney General Barr of this as an intrusion on civil liberties, he called the lockdown, masking, an intrusion on civil liberties, again, casually saying it's the worst we've ever had, well, except for slavery, of course, which is a different kind of restraint, to use his words. But the way that the president and the attorney general talk about these measures that doctors say we have needed since February and don't yet have, which is to get people masked, which is to close some businesses in states where there are flare-ups, framed as an intrusion on civil liberties. And as you've been pointing out this morning, we see the manifestation of that, where people hear that and they run through stores yelling at people who are wearing masks and telling them, you can't take away my liberties.
It's becoming ominous, the direction this is going to as we head into the election, Willie. There is a colossal failure in leadership as it pertains to the coronavirus. If you listen to the Woodward tapes, if you listen to Trump's voice himself, there are basic truths. And we have people following this president who are believing his lies and running with them, literally, through stores. There are also people covering this president who are going along with these lies. So there's a segment of the population who doesn't even know basic truths. We have a huge problem here, just with that scenario.
Thanks for checking out MSNBC on YouTube, and make sure you subscribe to stay up to date on the day's biggest stories. And you can click on any of the videos around us to watch more from Morning Joe and MSNBC. Thanks so much for watching.